Boom. That's all. That's all I got right now. All right, guys. Thanks for joining the second episode of Because I Puff. I'm still working on intro music. I will have something together this week because I will be doing another episode probably Friday or Saturday night. But you know what? Right now we don't have a whole lot of stuff going on. I just kind of had it all perfectly set up on my laptop. I've got a whole setup going on now. And said, you know what? Let's get serious about this and do something bigger. But unfortunately, my mic is not working that great with my laptop, and the audio is coming through sounding like complete shit. So that's not going to work. So we're back broadcasting from the phone on the Spreaker Studio app. That's all right, though. This is because I puff, and I am the Nightly Toker. All right, so we're going to get some stuff going on here. Now, I was so busy getting all my stuff together for this podcast that I didn't even get my gear out. Now, I've got my case here. It's all set up. But I have nothing prepped, nothing ground up. I'm not going to do any dabs tonight. I've been dabbing quite a bit lately and burning through it. So you know what? I'm going to go a little easier on the dabs, and I'm going to jump over to the flour. Why? Because the flour is delicious. All right, where is my pick? Where is my pick? You know what? I don't know. There's the pick. All right, found the pick. We're good to go. Okay. So I was actually browsing on Instagram. Was it yesterday or this morning? I can't remember exactly. It's been a busy day. But yeah, so I was browsing around, and I came across this really cool Instagram account. Now, these guys, I hope I get the name right. I really hope I get the name right. Eon Cannabis. That wasn't a fart. If you heard that, that was just my chair. I swear to God. All right, Eon Cannabis. You can find them on eoncannabis.com. The link is, of course, in the description of this episode, and I will throw it up again on Twitter so you guys can find it. But we're going to be reviewing these guys at Eon Cannabis. I'm not going to spell it out. The links are found. You can find them. But yeah, so I was talking to one of the founders of this company. They sound like a small company. They're based out of Montreal in Quebec. Well, I don't know if Quebec. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Montreal. But yeah, so French, very good. But they're Canadian, which I thought was super awesome. Now, these guys have a really slick, sexy-looking website. And talking with one of the founders, and just kind of seeing, you know, what they're about. And I just kind of told them that, you know what, I like to kind of review sites, cannabis-related, obviously, for the new podcast spin-off show, which is Because I Puff, which is what you're listening to right now. You know what, I really need to get high because I got a headache, and it's just not going well. All right, so before we get too much into that, let's get a bowl going on. So there should be enough juice left in my Solo Airizer to get something going here. Let's just do a pick and get this crap out, because I used this sucker the other night, I think last night, and I didn't clean the bowl out, which is not like me, but I was lazy. It was late. I was like, it's fine. It's fine. No, it wasn't. Alright, so we've got a grinder here. Let's, now, of course, I have been smoking, when I have been smoking flower, it's been primarily the Platinum Bubba Kush that we got from the Bean himself. Find him on Twitter at the Bean himself. So I've been smoking some Platinum Bubba Kush mixed with a bit of Purple Kush, just a tinge of Gorilla Glue. So tonight, I think I'm going to go with just some straight Gorilla Glue, which should be super, super delicious because this stuff is fire. We got this Gorilla Glue from our friends over at budzone.ca, who hooked us up with some delicious, delicious product. So definitely check those guys out. But alright, so we've got our Kush getting ground up, and we've got a website to look at. Now, the cool thing about Eon Cannabis is Their whole idea is to elevate the cannabis community, to be something more than the typical image of the typical stoner, right? Having superior products, not necessarily crazy looking, crazy, bizarre stuff. I know you can get some pretty stellar looking glass. It's not what these guys are about. They're about bringing a little bit of class to this community of ours, which I think is super, super awesome. Because if you're not willing to change a bit and adapt and try new things, where are we going to go with life? Nowhere. So Eon Cannabis definitely is trying to do that, and they're well on their way to doing it. Checking out some of their products. They've got some cool stuff. Now, I think their site is relatively new, but they've got some pretty neat stuff. So if you click on Shop by Collections and just click on like the basics, they've got this. What are we looking at? You can get grinders. I mean, they got a bit of everything. I believe they have a storefront or something down in Montreal. When talking to the owners, he said they're just killing it out there, and they just kind of launched the website. So it's new, but you know what? It's going to be very successful. Got some cool stuff. You can get your raw products, your trays, your tips. I mean, I've never seen tips this cheap. $1.50 for tips. Here in British Columbia, I'm paying like $3 for a pack of tips. You can get it from these guys for $1.50. That's pretty freaking cheap. What else they got? Different kinds of grinders. What is it? The essentials. Okay, now, yes. Under the essentials category, they've got Baker Bong. That's that right? Baker Bong. Yeah. Basic standard bong. Looks pretty thick. Looks pretty beefy. You're not going to bust that bitch. It's pretty good. But the thing I really want to talk about is the kind of pipes that they have that are exclusive. No, don't add it to my cart. I want to look at it first. Jesus. Quick view. Here we go. It's called this. It's a pipe. Okay. It's called the semi-precious stone pipe. Now, this pipe looks like a frickin' crystal rock. Yet it's so sexy and so sleek looking. It boggles me how this thing is made. Because it's obviously a stone, but it's got this really slick looking mouthpiece on the end. Like it doesn't look like your typical pipe. It looks like a stone that you would find in a movie that somebody's going to use to cast a spell on somebody. I don't know. It just looks really cool. It looks almost mystical to me. They're about $50, and I guarantee you that these things are worth it. I would love to try out one of these one day. I'm not a big pipe person myself. I don't own any pipes anymore. I've given away pretty much most of the glass pieces that I've had in the past. But this thing, of course, is definitely beefy, which is perfect for me because I break glass. I really do. I had a brand new pipe that I broke because I never got to use it, and it just ended up snapping. Now, it was fairly thick glass, but I wasn't paying enough attention. This sucker, it's beefy. It's a stone pipe. If I drop this guy on the floor, it might nick a bit, but it's not going to break. This thing's going to be solid. I'm going to be able to puff from that fucking thing till the end of time. Now, of course, with all your gear, all your products, as long as you maintain it, it's going to last forever, more or less. I think this thing is going to be one of those. It's going to last. It's going to last. But yeah, so check out the semi-precious stone pipe, because these things look freaking ridiculously cool. Like I said, they come in black, and then there is another one. So you got black. You've got, looks like a bluish crystal neon. I don't know how to describe that color. And then a snow quartz. That one looks freaking slick as hell. Almost looks like a minty thing. It kind of looks kind of neat. This other color that I can't quite describe is Labradorite. Did I say that right? Probably not. Probably not. But yeah, check these things out. Semi-precious stone pipes. These guys have them made exclusively, more or less, I think exclusively for them. And they've got their branding on it, and their logo is really super slick. Check it out. Eon Cannabis. I think I'll definitely try to put in an order with these guys in the near future. Another thing, actually, before I leave this page, they've got the Smoke Buddy Jr., which is such a cool idea. I use a smoke buddy myself. Right now I've got this, it's weird blue, but it actually glows in the dark. And I've only seen it glow in the dark once because the lights are always on. But I paid about close to $30 for mine, and it's only the next one up from the Junior. Now the Junior is still good for about 200 uses, roughly. You can probably get way more. I've made a smoke buddy fucking last for, oh my god, a year. Not with everyday use, but consistent use. So anyways, I got the Smoke Buddy Junior in the matte black for $15. That is cheap. I've never seen the Smoke Buddy Junior anywhere that cheap. So that's pretty cool. Alright, so we got some delicious Gorilla Glue ground up here. We're going to load up, oops, here we go. Load it, load the bowl, baby. We're going to load a bowl into the Solo Airizer, because we still got some juice in there. And then, so we're going to get that going. Power this sucker up. Okay, we got 2 bars on this thing. You know what? That's fine. We'll just hit it 2. It'll be a nice low flow heat. And we got the MacGyvered Evode pen, which is the Frankenstein of all Evodes, because it's 4 different Evodes put together to make one, to make it work, because it's kind of in a rough shape. I definitely need a new dry herb pen. Something I can use, of course, with my Smoke Buddy. So, yeah, so you know what? Check these guys out. Now, jumping back and forth. You know what? My pen is falling apart here. Oh my god. We're here, we're good, we're going. Okay. So, when I was talking to the guys over at Egon Cannabis, you know, I asked them a few questions. So, one of the questions I asked them, I was like, what made you guys get into this business? And they came back with a good answer. They said, what did they say? Let me scroll down here. I gotta look back onto Instagram is where we were talking. I should have given them my email. So if you guys are listening, thepuffcast@gmail.com. That's where I'm at. But yeah, so it's just 2 guys, young entrepreneurs. And, you know, they even said it. They were kind of like me. They really weren't into cannabis. They even admitted they looked down on people for it, essentially, just as I did. Right, until they discovered the benefits from using cannabis for health-related things, and now, of course, it's part of their daily life, right? Once you open your eyes and actually clue into what cannabis can do, oh my God, there's no looking back. If you just smoke pot because you just want to get high, that's fine. That's fine. Nobody's going to judge you. I'm sure there will be. I'm not judging you. Most smokers won't judge you, right? We got your back. However, if you're going to smoke for medicinal purposes, for whatever style purpose that looks like, you know what? You've made the right choice. You seriously have. And just like these guys, that's kind of what got them into this entire thing, right? Just kind of realizing what cannabis can do for them, and that kind of sparked their interest. Is, you know what? This is an industry that they want to be involved in. Yeah. So, you know what? Let's take a puff here, because I definitely need a puff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn on the pen. Oh my god. Alright. So we got the Airizer at the same time here. Keeping it at level 2, you don't get a whole lot of flavor on this. Whew. Alright. So one of the other questions I asked these guys is like, what's the process that you have when you know, you find the right products? And like I said, it's not necessarily just about the look; it's about functionality. You know, and they said that, you know, when they were looking online, the online shopping experience it didn't pique their interest. It wasn't elevated enough for what they were in the mood for. That's why they came up with Eon Cannabis to really take the cannabis shopping to the next level. It's cool. It's definitely cool. All right, let's see if we can get this MacGyvered Frankenstein Evode to work. A little bit. It's not bad. Oh, Jesus.